Hey guys, Alex here, or as you would know me, it would be Cryptic Gaming, and I finally did it. Finally released my first freaking video, and guys, I swear, this video probably should have taken me about like 2 to 4 hours to make. It took me about freaking 10. Like, I, I'm just that bad at making videos apparently, because basically what happened, I first had my video recording for the first one corrupted somehow. This freaking I I don't even know what happened then. So yeah, I had to completely restart this, and then I just then I tried to record the voiceover, and don't know why, but it sounded like the worst voiceover ever. So I had to do this all over again. So finally here, and so let's start talking. So basically, first video, I'm on holidays right now, so my schedule will probably be hopefully one of a fortnight, but at max it'll probably be one a month. So that's that. I just can't change it with school and everything like that. But also feel free to comment, and I'll always reply normally unless I just accidentally miss your comment. So yeah. So basically this is a Skyrim Redone series. Focusing on Skyrim Redone and basically all the mods that are compatible with it or work together with it. But I've also added a few mods of my own to it as well. So basically the main mods that I'm using is obviously Skyrim Redone. Frostfall, which goes well with Skyrim Redone. Skyrim Redone actually adds a whole perk tree to Frostfall, and basically what Frostfall is, it makes going to places like Solitude and stuff like that a lot harder. If you are walking there, you need like a tent that's made of wool and all that stuff just to make sure you don't freeze. So yeah, I've got that, which should make this playthrough a bit tougher. And to work with that, I've also got wet and cold, which basically it just is a bit of immersion there. It just makes people look like it makes them drip when it's raining or to just be in water, and when they breathe in cold places, you can actually see the air in front of their mouth. That's cool. And before, you saw my when you saw me creating my character, I was using RaceMenu to get all those extra options. They're not all in one slide like that, so if you want to skip a whole section, you can. There's slides at the top where you can choose like head, nose, eyes, and all that, just like normal, just with more variety. But I just decided I can't be bothered. I'll show them all off in the all tab, and that's what I did. So yeah, and then also my last, I don't know, second last main mod is kind of two mods. I've got immersive armors and weapons, and basically it just adds a bunch of new armors and weapons that also work with the Skyrim Redone mod. It's because there's like with one-handed weapons and two-handed weapons, there's also like many perks just for like the specific mod weapons, which is actually pretty cool. As you can see, there's a bit of a map glitch. That was because I've got two different town mods, which I'll talk about later. And the last main mod that I've got was Alternate Start, and basically what that did was, as you saw, I didn't do the normal tutorial where I fought the dragon and everything. I started off in a camp next to Helgen, and the dragon flew away. You didn't see that, but if you look carefully, there was a shadow. I didn't think of recording that. I don't know why. So yeah, that's so basically what Alternate Start does. Just spawns you. Well, it doesn't spawn. You get to choose how you want to start. You can spawn in an inn. You can spawn as part of one of the guilds. You can spawn a vampire's lair. So that's all pretty cool. But I chose just to be a hunter because for this playthrough I'm gonna be a thief. Yeah. So yeah. So the other mods I've got expanded towns and cities, and so basically what that does, it adds ton of new buildings. They can be inns, they can be different types of stores and everything. And yeah, that's what that does. But the reason why it wasn't working before, as you saw, was because I'm also using JK's towns, and basically he's got about five or six different town mods, and they change different towns, but it's very specific. So there's Riverwood, Winterhold, Whiterun, and all those. I can't remember all off my head, but yeah. Also, you can see that I've got like a little cloak on. That's also part of Frostfall. Well, it's not part of Frostfall. It's a different mod completely, but it works with Frostfall, and that's another mod. So basically, when you're out walking, it's good to have a cloak on, so it protects you from cold and rain and all that. So that's cool. Also, I've got Climates of Tamriel, if you haven't already noticed. I know, like, if you're big into modding, then like you'll be able to pick it immediately. Basically, it just makes weather look a lot more fierce and a bit more like you can tell when it's about to come. Also, if you see when I look at a potion and stuff like that, it shows me like its effects. That's because of more HUD, and basically, yeah, it just does what that really. It doesn't show anything else. It doesn't like give me a food bar or anything like that. So it's all more HUD does. I've also decided that for this, I'm going to join the Imperial Legion, and normally I just stay away from the Civil War completely because I can't be bothered with it. But I've also got this new mod called War Overhaul, and basically it's kind of like a mission mod, and it just makes the Civil War in Skyrim just a bit more realistic, and like you feel like you actually want to be a part of it now. It like when you go out fighting, there are now mages and archers, and some groups even have giants with them, which is pretty cool. Other mods are just mainly just kind of graphic mods, like if you notice the roads look a bit different, then that's because of Immersive Roads. It's just a road mod. It's nothing too special about that one. But there's also world map. So when you see me open my map, it actually shows all the different roads to on Skyrim, all the not all of them, but most of the main ones and side ones. So that's pretty cool. I've also got a follower commentary overhaul, which I installed thinking it was a good idea, but then I realized, well, as a thief, I don't know if I even need a follower, so that might have been a bit pointless. I might get a follower eventually, but for starters, I'm not going to start off with one. But Skyrim Redone, it does do a major change to combat, and like enemies actually start working together now, and they flank you and all that, so maybe having a follower would actually be a good idea. As you can see, I found this little spot where the frostbite spider won't kill me, but I can still shoot it, which is good. So yeah, that's that. I've also got SkyUI, but everybody knows what SkyUI is. It's like the first mod that everyone downloads when they play Skyrim. So yeah, that's what the main mods are. If you want, like, I'll put all the mod names and links to the Nexus page in the description for you, just to make it that easier for you. And yeah, so yeah, so my plans for this series will just be like a normal Skyrim playthrough. I mean, it doesn't change anything to the actual Skyrim story, so I'll just be doing it normally, just the combat and perks and all that. So I'll be showing off all that probably next episode, where I can actually talk and play at the same time. I just decide, if everyone's seen the first couple of missions for Skyrim where you have to go into Bleak Falls Barrow and all that, so I just thought, well, nobody needs to see it, we'll just skip it. So I skipped the whole part, just fast forward it for you, of course, but the rest of it I just skipped to where you first fight a dragon. That's that. Speaking of dragons, so I've also got a dragon animation mod, and basically that it revamps just how dragons fight, and it looks just a bit more realistic, so it doesn't look like the dragon just crashes in front of you and just decides to shoot fire everywhere. It looks like the dragon actually wants to kill you and doesn't want to shoot random stuff everywhere. So that's cool. My plans for YouTube, however, that's I want to do not just Skyrim. I want to do different games as well. But I'm always looking out for suggestions. So just leave a comment and I'll take a look and probably do it if I have the game or money. So yeah. Or just before I finish off, if you guys want to know where to find this music and stuff, I'll leave a few links in the description for you. So that's all good. And yeah. So I'm gonna leave you guys to watch the last part of this. It goes for about another 5 minutes, and it's all sped up. So you don't. It's not. If you've seen another Skyrim playthrough before, you don't. It's not a necessity to watch the rest of this. But if you want, it's always good. So just yeah, keep on watching that, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah.